Hello everybody, BrioS here, and today I have for you a linebacker build. And this particular variant that I have for you is the Redline, the linebacker hero that gives you a 30% CBL bonus and a very unique pattern. So anyway, linebackers are 65-ton clan Omnimax if you're not familiar with them, well known for their speed, agility, and tankiness with those armor quirks all around the torsos. And this particular build which I'm showcasing is actually a build I saw on the battlefield. I think it was Nikoro Doomguard from CXF who ran this build, and I was really impressed, so I thought I would give it a try and share the build with you guys. So this particular build is actually a very short range build, running short range weapons to go in close and smash them. So what are these weapons? They are 6 small pulse lasers in the side torsos, using the Redline right torso for those 3 energy hard points. And to back it up, we have Linebacker D arms with those 4 missile hard points, mounting 4 SRM4s with 3 tons of ammunition. And what makes this build vicious is actually the fact it has 18 double heat sinks. So even though when you fire all is pretty darn hot, if you alternate between the small pulse lasers and the SRM4s, the heat is pretty darn manageable. In fact, the strategy for this is to use the small pulse lasers at short range to deal lots of damage, sustain fire damage specifically, and the SRM4s when you have a good shot for the coup de grace, because 3 tons of ammunition for 4 racks can be a bit short. I have missile skills for it, but missile rack skills for it, but if you're going to use it as your main weapon, it will run out pretty fast. And talking about skills, 36 SPs into firepower, as I mentioned, 2 nodes of missile rack, and that will give you 20% more missiles. Also, if you're using missiles, you want missile spread. So taking 2 nodes of missile spread to decrease the spread by 5% is always nice. And 1 node of high explosive right here for additional crit damage when you actually get a crit, but it's not so important, but it helps link this direction. And other bonuses will give you things like a heat reduction of 7.8%, range increase of 7%, velocity of 6, and a cooldown decrease of 5.4. So survivability is the well-known thing about the linebackers, the forte of it. So with all those armor quirks, you want to maximize them. So I put 16 SPs on the left. That gives me an armor bonus of 13.6, and that will increase your armor quite a bit. So if I go back to the loadout, you'll see the CT has about 100 points in the front loaded of course, and that's just fantastic. But don't get into the wrong situation because you'll still die sadly. So that's the main thing about survival. As for mobility, linebackers are also known for their great agility, so you want to maximize them because these are percentage multipliers, and at a short range you want to turn and fight. Pretty hard and heavy, but it does okay I suppose. So this particular configuration with 13 SPs in mobility will give you an XL of 10.5% bonus, decel 14% bonus, and most importantly a turn rate bonus of 24, because you need to turn in, shoot and turn out. In terms of operations, with 18 double heat sinks, you want some cool run nodes. I could only afford 3, that increases the heat dissipation by 6%. And with 5 nodes of heat containment, that will increase your heat capacity by 15%, allowing you to stay in the combat longer before you need to fire those cool shots. And talking about cool shots, this build has 11 points in auxiliary 3, mainly to get the 2 cool shots that are enhanced, and a cool shot cooldown to decrease the cooldown time by 25%, so you can fire the second cool shot that much faster to stay in the combat and wreck the enemy at short range. And of course, 2 strikes never hurt. With no range, small pulse lasers are pretty short range. Sometimes the strikes are necessary to either block movement or wreck the enemy at long range. So that's it. Very vicious linebacker short range sustained fire build, and yet again credit to, I think it was Nikoro Doomguard, I can't remember exactly, but I was a CXF player for this particular build. So anyway, let's get down to the battlefield to see this spec in action. So let's go. So for the first match of this video, we have a match on Mining Collective, and starting in Charlie Lands, I start along Echo Line and it's near the main engagement point at Echo 4. And what I'm going to do, the plan for this game is I'm actually going to rush to the Echo ramp, drop an RT early and basically stay in the fight, shooting them at short range as they go up the opposing ramp. And one thing also good about linebackers is that they are really tanky, and with that bit of speed and tankiness, once you see an opportunity, you can push through, take some damage and find yourself a better position. And that's what I was able to do, wrecking quite a lot of people, catching an urban mech off guard later. But anyway, nice game in this. The team is not too bad. Games are kind of erratic as I mentioned in my earlier videos. Hopefully games will get a bit more stable and a bit more consistent. But I think enough talk. It's time to see some violent action and some mech porn, so let's go.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Artillery
game with Nick at the time. That's what kind of players it is. It gives you all bad ones, they're all good. Nicely done.
Totally agree.
Nice.
Yep, games are either all good or all bad, and this is one of those good ones. 2 kills, 1000 damage, 2 solos, 6 KMDDs. This build is very vicious at short range, but it's really hot, and those artilleries never hurt. And a score of 607. So, from a very nice short-range map, we now progress to a very horrible long-range map, Alpine Peaks. And it's horrible only for builds like this, because this build is very short-range. The small pulse lasers have a maximum range of about maybe 250 or so, optimal is 176, and the SRMs about 290, thereabouts. So, you gotta spend most of the early part of the game just scouting, spotting targets, and positioning yourself relative to the team, waiting for an opportunity to move in. That's how brawlers play. And unfortunately in this game, the team is very passive, very afraid of damage. And yeah, that is a problem in many games. At some points we outnumbered them easily, but the team didn't want to push around the corner, and we just stood there one by one dying. And I was afraid we would lose. But that's solo queue for you, and that's sometimes you gotta use the advantages of mech like a linebacker, pushing through, taking damage, possibly dying, which is what I did in this game, and hopefully the team takes your lead and pushes forward. And yeah, it was unnecessarily tight this game, but it was still a win. So yep, let's get down to some passive team action on Alpine Peaks. I think they will eventually come in through there. But let's see what this bunch of people are doing here. Always be aware who's with you. Champion is nice. So sometimes with brawly makes you just gotta wait. Lima 9, I think there are a few there. So let's scout a bit. If people will stop walking to me.
There's some coming around the corner. Lima.
Yep, let them come. Jaeger, Foxtrot. And here we go.
Take him out, he's isolated.
Down he goes. Next one, Echo. Check out if he's alone. He's alone for now. Chase Echo down, please. Let's all push there. Two dragons.
2 on top.
Alpha. We need more support here. Oh, I'm in a bad position. Down he goes. Golf please. Push. 2-0. Don't really want to overheat. Oh, heat. Oh, my cool shot is finally ready, and I'm way too far forward. Guys, be aggressive. 3-0. Standing there and eating auntie. Yeah. Gotta encourage them. All there.
Time to push.
Yeah, time to push, guys. Yep. People will stop shooting me, that would be nice.
We need
drill
2
it up
left
high.
to go on top of the hill.
Yeah, got a Panther, but guys gotta move forward. Oh. I can't really take that damage. I'm gonna try to get out of there. I don't think I can make it. 4-1. At this point I'm gonna fall back. Crab is right torso cord. Ah, team is not being aggressive. Assaults push forward, we will support. Standing there is death.
Target acquired.
No, but team is not gonna support. 5-2 and still hiding there.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Oh. I've got nothing else except my small pulses.
New target acquired.
Echo left torso. Delta also left torso. I don't know why we're falling back, guys. We have fresh assaults. Those in K8 push in, Lima 8 push in. We got them in a pincer, 5-2. Now 5-3.
New target acquired.
Soon to be 5-4 unless we do something.
New target acquired.
5-4, we're losing, guys. Standing here, we're dying. I repeat.
Come on, hit your back.
Nobody wants to push.
Red Wolf.
GG.
Push, Red Wolf. Go, go, Red Wolf.
8-3-3, 2 kills. This guy's in a nice position. I think we'll lose this.
Dude, help the guy. He's right in front of you.
Target destroyed.
Jester, kilo 7, there's an
There you go.
heavy.
Nice shooting.
2 more. Guys, you can do it.
Come on, people, push.
Target acquired. New
Brawler
target
Delta left torso,
acquired.
Dragon CT. Just needs to die. So this is typical of games nowadays. Very passive teams, throwing away the advantage.
There you go, bro. You got it.
And yeah, we could have won this easily.
Good game.
I took way too much
Good game,
damage.
boys.
Well, it's a win. So 12-8.
You're right.
We could have won at 12-4, but it's okay. So that's 4 KMDDs, 2 kills, 833 damage, tanking for most of the game, resulting in me dying. But I suppose that's part of the duty of a linebacker. So score of 479.